Let's talk about your flash settings and how they relate to your camera settings to create a good exposure. First, let's talk about flash power. For indoor flash portrait work, your flash power together with your camera settings is what determines how your images turn out. Using the right flash power and the right camera settings is going to give you a good exposure. If you use the wrong settings, then your shots might come out underexposed or overexposed. In order to understand manual flash and manual camera settings and how they work together, we're going to need a basic understanding of exposure. You can think about exposure like this. A camera captures an image by recording the light that the sensor is exposed to. So the light in your scene comes in through the lens, past the shutter, and finally hits the sensor. And the camera settings determine how much light gets to the sensor and how much of that light the sensor records. When you press the shutter button to take a shot, sometimes we call this making an exposure. When we talk about the light in the scene, we mean all the light sources, including ambient light, any constant lighting, and your flash units. For an exposure to be good, we take everything into account, the lighting in the scene and the three important camera settings. And these three settings are fundamental, and every good photographer needs to know what they are and understand how they work. Now, these settings are ISO, aperture, and shutter speed. And these form what we call the exposure triangle. And each of these settings are interdependent, so they work together, and we always try to keep them in balance in order to get a good exposure. All right, let's talk about each one. Let's start with ISO. ISO controls your camera's sensitivity to light. At least that's how you can think about it. A lower ISO number like 100 or 200 is good for bright lighting conditions or when you're using flash. A higher ISO like 1600 or 3200 increases light sensitivity and helps you shoot in lower lighting conditions or when you're not using flash. Generally speaking, when doing flash portraiture, just set your ISO to 100 or 200 and leave it there. All right, so next there's aperture. Aperture refers to the opening in your lens that lets light into your camera during an exposure. It's measured in f-stops like f2.8, f5.6, or f8. A lower f-stop number means a wider aperture or opening, allowing more light into the camera. A higher number means a smaller aperture, letting less light in. So, aperture controls how much light your sensor is receiving while the shutter is open. Aperture also has a creative use because it also affects depth of field in your image. So a wide aperture, meaning a low f-stop number like f2.8, creates a shallow depth of field, which is perfect for portraits where you want the background to get really blurry. A narrow aperture, which is a high f-stop number like f16 or f22, gives you a deeper depth of field, which is good for landscapes or when you want everything in the shot to be in focus. For indoor portraits, you can usually set your aperture to f8 for good results. And you can open it up wider to something like f4 or even f2.8 if you need more light coming in for your exposure and you don't mind a shallower depth of field. All right, finally, there's shutter speed, and shutter speed controls how long your camera's sensor is exposed to the light when you take a photo. And it's measured in fractions of a second, like 1/250th of a second or 1/60th of a second. Slower shutter speeds capture more ambient and constant light. Faster shutter speeds capture less ambient and constant light. Now, something interesting, although adjusting your shutter speed affects the ambient and constant light exposure, it doesn't have any real effect on flash exposure. Shutter speed does have a creative application too, because when you use a slower shutter speed, you can capture more motion blur. If you use a fast shutter speed, it can really freeze the action. For our purposes, using flash indoors for portraits, you mostly want to keep your shutter speed setting at your camera's normal flash sync speed. Again, for many cameras, that's something like 1/200th of a second or 1/250th of a second. So check your manual to find out what it is for your camera. If you've been paying attention, you might have picked up on something really cool. Out of the three exposure settings in the exposure triangle, for indoor flash portraiture, you could pretty much just keep the same settings all the time. For example, I might keep my ISO set to 100 and my shutter speed to 1/250th of a second and my aperture at f8. And the majority of my photo shoots are going to be shot with those settings, especially if my only sources of lighting are flash and strobe units, which is generally how it goes. So how do I control exposure if I rarely change my camera's manual settings for these types of portraits? Well, I only have to control the power of my flash. I just make sure to dial the flash power up or down to provide the right amount of light for my camera settings, which is simple. And what's great is that if you use the same gear for most of your shots and you pose your subject at about the same distance from the light, you're probably going to be very close to the correct exposure on your first test shot for each of your photo shoots.